Hi, this is Tyler DeYoung with McMaster University, and today we're going to go over some snow surveying methods. So here we got two devices for snow surveying: the traditional Mount Rose sampler, or people call it the federal sampler, and here we have the ESC30, or some people call it the prairie sampler. The Mount Rose is obviously much longer, but a thinner diameter, whereas the ESC30 is shorter with a wider diameter. And the wider diameter is more useful in shallower snowpacks and snowpacks with ice lenses. The longer sampler is better for deeper snowpacks. Each sampler has a scale that's calibrated to typically centimeters of water equivalents. Each sampler should have a rag with it on warm days where snow will melt and you need a way to clean it. So we have a rag with a weight at the end, and so if we need to clean it, we drop the weight through the tube and then drag the rag through it, which will clean the tube. Whenever you snow sample or snow survey, you want to use gloves because your hands will heat up the samplers. Other things you need is some sort of hook to pry out vegetation from the plug from the bottom of the sampler. We'll go through that in a little bit. And the Mount Rose does have these devices to pry open the pieces, because this is actually a 3-length piece that you screw on and screw off. And it does have this handle to help you penetrate the snowpack, which can be adjusted. I'll use the ESC30 as an example to do a snow survey. So we want to clean this off first. Make sure it's nice and dry. Just like this. So it's nice and dry. The first thing we want to do is get a tare weight. So the weight of the tube with no snow in it. So we get the tare weight. We hope it's not windy out. If it's windy out, maybe do the snow survey another day. So then we go to our first site. We want to be as straight as possible. Go down. And then we measure the depth. You don't want to penetrate too much into the ground. Sometimes it's very mossy, so you don't want to do that just yet. So you get the depth, and then you penetrate into the ground, and you want to get a vegetation plug. Keep all the snow contained within the tube. Pull that out. You get a nice plug of vegetation. You want to make sure you don't drop any snow at the other end. I use this one to just clean the vegetation out. Sometimes the teeth will have dirt on it. You clean that off. And then you measure it. Like that. Empty it, clean it, and then you do it all over again. We typically do 5 SWE measurements along a transect with 20 snow depths in between. The reason for that is snow depth varies more than SWE, so we want more snow depths than we have SWE. So our distances between measurements, we want usually 5 meters between snow depth measurements, so about 5 paces, and so that will lead to a SWE measurement every 5th point, so a SWE measurement every 25 meters or so, and a snow depth every 5 meters. Okay, a couple things I also wanted to mention is that your snow depths can be done with a snow probe, or also called an avalanche probe, and so you don't have to do the snow depths with the SWE sampler. So that's quick and easy. And also, you want to make sure that the core inside the tube is somewhat similar to the depth of the snowpack. In Yukon we have a lot of depth ore, and so oftentimes the depth ore will collapse and not all the snow will be captured inside the tube. And so we want to make sure that the snow is captured, the whole snow column is captured in the tube. So we have a rule here in Yukon where the length of the core inside the tube should be at least 60% of this depth snowpack. You want your snow surveys to be in a fairly uniform area where you consistently kind of probe the same areas from survey to survey. You don't want your surveys to be in a very dynamic environment where it'll be different aspects and different snow types. You typically want kind of plateau areas or forests with a similar elevation. Make sure you take good notes, description of the site, the weather conditions. Alright, so that's how you do a snow survey. Thank you. Again, this is Tyler DeYoung with McMaster University in beautiful Yukon territory. Anything else?
No, I'm waiting for this. Oh, what?
Are we still on?
Yeah, well, you're rolling.
I don't think I have anything else. Press subscribe below.
Yeah,
Don't forget to like.